It's your boy, man. It's your boy, man. You don't even need an introduction, man. It's your boy. I'm doing this vlog style. I feel like it'll be the most relatable, the best way to relay this message. So here we go, man. Let's get right into it. I wrote some notes for you, man. Put a lot of thought into this. So I really wanted to take the time to, I guess, lay out my experiences and what I'm trying to say. Right, Tida? Jolly. Alright, you guys need to go. Okay, bye, Tida. It's okay. Anyway, check this out, man. So I'm gonna break this up into 3 parts. There's an introduction, what you said, and then what I said. So first and foremost, my brother. We've known each other for a very long time. All of your life, actually. I just want to say I love you. What I'm about to express, this comes from a place of love. I'm gonna be very careful in the choices of the words that I choose and how I present it to you, because a lot of times people want to respond. You share an idea, your feelings or whatever in life with friends, family and stuff like that. You know, you listen carefully enough. You know, some of these people listen to respond. If you open up your heart to me, I'm going to listen in a manner of trying to understand where you're at. I try as much as possible to narrate things to where I'm sharing instead of telling. A lot of people want to tell you stuff. A lot of people want to say, this is what you should do. This is it. This is like the plan. Here, listen to me. This is wisdom beyond wisdom. 80% of what people tell you is not a message meant for you. And I want to reassure you that all of that, what I'm trying to say is, it comes from a place of love. But yeah, man, take this message as however you're going to take it. All right. So that's my introduction, man. All right. So the second point, I want to go over what you said in your post. I think what you said in your post is beautiful. I think it's dope. Here's why. Breaking down your post in 3 categories. First one, you said, I'm tired of sitting around being upset and letting my emotions take over me. And then the second one, I don't want to be upset anymore. I want to be happy, positive, and productive, even when I may not be in the mood to be. And lastly, you said, how do you relax, calm yourself down, and use the negative energy that's upsetting you into something positive, productive? I organized it that way because I want to hit the points in that order. So the first one, right? You're identifying your current state of being and you don't like it. It's uncomfortable. I think the most important thing I learned in my 20s is self-awareness. I'm still practicing self-awareness. This is what I say to some of my buddies is that, like, you were a sperm yesterday. You're new to this world almost. And if you don't have like mentors, if you don't have like good leaders in your life, you know, you're going through your own thing in your own head and hormones are kicking in and you got trauma. So there's a lot going on. But if you can practice that self-awareness, you'll be good. So I didn't transition my thoughts and ideas very smoothly into the next one. But what I was trying to say is that continuously practice self-awareness and you'll be good. You did it well in this post. And here's the next part. You know, in your post, you've identified your current state of being. And then in the second one, you identified where you'd like to be. Third statement is the plan of action. It might not be the solution, but it's a great start. How do you relax and calm yourself down and use the negative energy that upsetting you into something positive and productive? You're trying to try something. I encourage you highly to try stuff and to be okay and very welcoming to failure. That's the second part that I wanted to express, is that you're doing a great job. I think this is just part of life, man. Just confusion and just the feeling of being lost. It's a part of life. Now we move on to the third part. Get married. Back in the day, my dad would always tell me, you know, son, get married. So that way you can start your life. Every time he said it, it was just that. Son, get married so that way you can start your life. Man, I'm like, man, this guy crazy. My life is started, man. I'm 22 years old, man. I'm the wisest mug in this mug, dog. You know, when you're young, you're dumb. And then when you get a little older, you're still dumb. You're just less of it. I took offense to those words. I'm thinking maybe, man, you don't respect me. That's why he said, get my life started. My life is on, man. I'm doing cool stuff, man. I ain't doing nothing, man. If I can go back in time, man, I'm like, Peter, you ain't doing nothing, dog. I tell myself the same thing. I go back in time, Peter, get married so you can get your life started, dog. You need to get your life started. All of your 20s, you didn't do nothing, dog. I look back at that and I'm like, man, I really did get my life started once I got married. I see what that meant, that it is in pursuit of something that is the most exciting thing about life, that you have something to look forward to, you have something to work towards, something meaningful that you're doing. Now it's the pursuit of personal growth. Once you get to that point, I realized there's a lot more growth to be had. You know, when my dad said get married, get your life started. He knew that something internally just kicks in when you get married. Oh, it's real now. It's real now. You know, I'm with somebody, I'm responsible for this somebody, and then you have kids. Oh man, I'm responsible for these little kids too now. In the pursuit of building a family, you know, I think I am the closest to God that I've ever been in my life, just because it requires you to depend on something greater than yourself, because this is something now out of my control, out of my power. So for some reason, I just couldn't get to the point. I just started rambling again. I'm gonna get to the point now, is that in the pursuit of something bigger than yourself, it gives you meaning, it gives you purpose, it challenges you to grow, and you see how capable you are. And in that journey, you realize that you are just a man and you need to depend on something bigger than yourself, and that is God. You need to practice faith in this journey of fatherhood, husbandhood, head of the house. It challenges you in ways you never knew, and you continue to grow in that aspect. That's why I encourage you to get married. I want to leave you with 2 Bible verses. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. Very powerful for me, because I was just clueless in life. Didn't know how to do life. Didn't know how to pay bills. That was crazy for me, man. You know, I didn't realize how much trauma has affected me. Still affects me. But I saw this verse a long time ago, actually. I revisit this verse every now and then, and I'm just like, I get it. I'm gonna stay faithful. I'm gonna continue to practice faith. I'm gonna continue to try to grow. I'm gonna continue to keep moving forward, because God's got a plan for me, and I'm gonna stay true to those plans. That's that first one. The second one is Proverbs 13:22. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. I saw this verse kind of shortly after Grandpa passed, maybe like a month before he did, and I reflect on my dad's life and I reflect on Grandpa's life, and I'm like, oh man, this is what that's talking about. A good person leaves an inheritance. All right, so I start rambling. The inheritance is God. So Grandpa is the first of his family to deviate from the old ways, and he's provided that for his kids and his grandkids. And my dad continues that. I'm gonna continue that, and that's what I'm currently working on. But yeah, man, I love you, dude. I can't stress that enough, man. You know, I try to, as much as possible, stay busy, stay productive. I'm trying to, you know, make a lot of money so that way I can do the things that I need to do. I always make time for my family. I don't have no friends, so that way I can make time for my family. But yeah, man, I think this wraps up this video pretty good, man. I hope this video serves you however it serves you. If it doesn't, delete this out of your mind. That being said, dog, love you, man.